Need help with writing essays or anything in particular? Do you struggle to organize ideas in paragraphs because you just suck at writing them? Then you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to talk about paragraphs along with tips and tricks to help you write better ones. Of course, you can't read or write without knowing the alphabet, so let's start with the basics.
So, what are paragraphs? Well, paragraphs are a group of sentences which deal with one idea. They're defined by the controlling idea, which is being backed up by the supporting details. Paragraphs have two parts, namely the topic sentence and the supporting details. You probably need the help with writing these parts. So, how do we know if there's a problem with one of them? And how do we improve them? Well, let's get to know them first. After all, to figure out the problem with something, we should first know what it is and how it should be.
The first part of the paragraph is the topic sentence, aka our mini thesis statement. It conveys the central idea being discussed in the paragraph as it reveals what you want to propose, argue, or explain. The topic sentence can be found anywhere within a paragraph, but it is usually put near the beginning, oftentimes as the first sentence. Putting the first sentence near the beginning of the paragraph helps make the readers aware of the subject early on. The topic sentence has two types, the first one being explicit. As its name suggests, it is a single statement that clearly states the idea that the paragraph revolves around. I'll read an example to you. The third temperate season is autumn. It comes between summer and winter. In the northern hemisphere, the autumn season occurs during the months of September to November. During this time, the days are noticeably shorter while the nights become longer. As I've read, we could see that the topic sentence is explicit and that it is the first sentence at the paragraph. The sentence introduces the topic autumn, and the following sentences provide more information regarding it. Now, the second classification of topic sentence is implied. The topic sentence is applied when, instead of a single sentence, the whole paragraph describes the main idea via the details which are linked by an organizing theme. Here is an example. The sun rose later than it did now, that it was in the middle of the season. Early in the morning, one could feel a chilly breeze blow through their neighborhood, and see that people on the streets have begun to wear thicker articles of clothing, in hopes to protect them from the cold. Crunching beneath their busy feet, yellow and orange leaves dotted the place, and where previously green trees stood, their branches were now shedding leaves, gradually becoming bare. From reading this passage, one can tell that the writer was talking about the fall season even without the writer directly stating such. This is because all the sentence in it described and pointed to things that happened during that time of the year. Now let us move on to the second part of the paragraph. The supporting details. These are statements which elaborate on the topic sentence. These come in different flavors, forms, such as facts, examples, and instances. Good supporting details revolve or expound on the main idea and provide adequate support for it. The supporting details should be specific and stem from the general idea established by the topic sentence. The amount of details depend on the purpose of the essay and the main idea it revolves around. For example, are you going to write about how a highlighter is made? Then write about the steps in its manufacturing processes. The ideas put into the paragraph should be related to how it is made. You don't have to insert the exact details of how each machinery involved in it works. That is actually far too much to take in and distracts you from the main idea. Keep your focus on the main topic, and while writing the supporting details, try asking yourself, how do they contribute to the main idea? Going off on a side trip in your essay isn't a good idea. Let's take a look at these two examples. Letter A. That night, we had a Christmas party. Grandma's house was filled with chatters and the loud singing on the karaoke machine. The loudness of the house announced the numbers of people who came to visit. My cousins Uncles and aunts were all there, along with a couple of their friends, each wearing their best clothes, carrying boxes and bags of gifts in their hands. Now on to letter B. We celebrated Christmas that night. Uncle's living place was filled with fancy Christmas decorations, relatives talking to each other, and loud singing on the karaoke machine. To sing on the karaoke machine, one must first get the songbook and search for the song that you want to sing. The songbook was published in 1999 and has its contents arranged in alphabetical order. In letter A, the writer describes what happens during the Christmas party and focuses on the party, giving just the right amount of details for one to not lose focus on the main idea. However, in letter B, the writer, who also talks about Christmas, ends up going off track and starts writing about how to operate the karaoke machine, losing focus on the main idea and giving the reader unnecessary information irrelevant to the topic. So remember, one paragraph, one topic.
Now we're going to talk about how to make effective paragraphs. We can remember these through the acronym UAC, which stands for Unity, Adequate Development, and Coherence. Number 1. Unity. All sentences are related to the topic sentence. Paragraphs have one fundamental rule because of this. Only one idea should be discussed per paragraph. In other words, there should only be one focus. No more, no less. The details should also be clear and have a consistent connection to the topic.
Number 2, adequate development. The supporting details basically back up the topic sentence. So they should provide concrete evidence, different examples, relevant facts, and the specific details. Specific details make the paragraph interesting, easy to understand, and convinces readers of its validity, so say no to vague details. These are boring, less informative, and not as engaging as its opposite.
Lastly, we have coherence. The ideas must be in a logical arrangement, as these help make it easy to understand. This is achieved when the idea flow is smooth within and between paragraphs. This can be achieved with two things. One of them is logical order, and it has three types. Chronological, which is based on the order of events as they transpired. Spatial, which is based on geographical location. And emphatic, which is used to emphasize points based on purpose.
The other is signal devices. These give ideas on how points progress within the paragraphs. First, we have transitions, which are the words or phrases that connect ideas, and it has a variety of types, ranging from time to conclusion. Next, we have repetitions, which keep continuity and provide one with insight on highlights and emphases. Third is synonyms, which is similar to repetitions, but prevent using the same words over and over again. Fourth, we got pronouns, which are used to refer back to the person being talked about. And lastly, we have parallelism, which uses similar grammatical structures in two or more parts of a sentence. As for logical order and signal device to use, these depend on the purpose of what you're writing about. So choose the ones which fit your topic. I mean, if you're going to write a brief essay on the history of Philippines, it would make more sense to use chronological order instead of spatial order.
And that's it. Paragraphs and tips for writing effective ones. In this video, we hope that we provided you insight on the basics of paragraphs and how to improve your writing. For more educational content like this, click like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you always know whenever videos like this are out. Consider sharing this video with your fellow classmates to help them achieve their grade goals, especially with those who need help with writing essays. After all, sharing is caring. Have fun writing and bye!